Good day everyone. Welcome to Teacher Julie channel. Hello everyone. We have our new lesson in Earth and Life Science, which is all about the common ancestors of all life. This will be the second quarter lesson and week 1 to 2. This lesson is under the MELC based. For the objectives, at the end of 1 hour discussion, 80% of the students are able to. First is to explain the concept of the common ancestor of all life on Earth. The second one is to design a physical model to represent the hypothetical cellular structure of the universal common ancestors. And the third one is to appreciate the significance of the common ancestor in understanding the unity and diversity of life on Earth by answering the reflection of learning. All living things are made up of cells. Some are unicellular and some are multicellular. Unicellular organisms that are mostly known as paramecium, amoeba, bacteria, and yeast. And multicellular cells include the animal cells, plant cells, and the human body and germ cells. Most assume that this common ancestor was prokaryotic, meaning it did not have a nucleus. There was a scarcity of oxygen during the early Earth, so the ancestral cell must also have been anaerobic, meaning capable of living without oxygen. What are the evidences to prove such statement? Looking for and finding signs of early cells poses a challenge. Cells are microscopic and cannot be seen through our naked eye and is difficult to fossilize. Furthermore, few ancient rocks that could hold early fossils still exist. Tectonic plates movement have destroyed nearly all rocks older than about 4 million years. Most likely younger rocks have been heated that destroy traces of biological material. Structures formed by non-biological mechanisms sometimes resemble fossils. To avoid mistakes on accepting materials like genuine fossils, scientists repeatedly analyze purported fossils find and they often question one another conclusion. The divergent that separated the two prokaryotic domains, the bacteria and the archaeobacteria, occurred very rarely in the history of life, and no fossils from before this divergence have been discovered. It has been studied that the first form of life is believed to have appeared 3.5 billion years ago. Paleontologists are the scientists who study fossils found microscopic living cells known as microfossils in rocks that formed 3.5 billion years ago after Earth cooled and solidified using the radioisotopes dating, which uses radioactive materials such as the radioactive components of potassium argon. The microfossils filament found in the Western Australia resemble chains of modern photosynthetic bacteria, and the rocks in which they occur are thought to be remains of ancient stromatolites, which are molded, layered structure that forms in shallow sunlit water when a mat of photosynthetic bacteria traps minerals and sediment. This stromatolites increases in size over time as new layers from over the old. These organisms have been so abundant 1.25 billion years ago and were common worldwide. Many types of bacteria carried out photosynthesis, but only one group, the cyanobacteria, do so by an oxygen-producing pathway. The microfossils of the cyanobacteria were among the easiest to recognize. The forms of these organisms will remain the same and left chemical fossils in the form of broken product from pigments. The first microfossils that showed remains of organisms with differences in structure and characteristics was seen 1.5 billion years ago on the rocks. They are bigger compared to bacteria and have internal membranes and thicker walls. These findings mark the beginning of eukaryotic organisms on Earth. The revolution of oxygen-producing photosynthesis in cyanobacteria has started on early life. How did multicellular organisms evolve? Multicellular organisms are believed to have evolved from unicellular eukaryotes, and until now it is the concept that we believe. Some single eukaryotic cells like unicellular algae form multicellular aggregates through association with another cell producing colonies. From colonial aggregates, the organisms evolved in order to form multicellular organisms through cell specialization. Organisms like protozoan, sponges, and fungi came to being. The first fossilized animals which were discovered 580 million years ago were soft-bodied. The continuous process of cell specialization brought the emergence of complex and diverse plants and animals, including the human beings. Charles Darwin said that organisms change over time as a result of adaptation to their environment in order to survive.